This is a story about our little homestead at the end of an Australian summer. A glimpse into the season of blue eggs and golden harvests, storms and stillness, seeds gifted and seeds saved.
Oh, there's a blue one in there.
We wake early. I'm learning to live by the light out here. First thing we do is check on the chickens. Most of our chickens are teenagers now, or pullets or cockerels, but they call them for girl chickens and boy chickens. They're now eating grower or pullet feed, which is lower in protein than starter without the added calcium. They're still not, most of them are not laying eggs yet, and calcium can harm their developing kidneys. Pullets often start exploring the pecking order, and this is when personalities start to show.
These two are getting all the bits I spilt. They're the brown egg ones, so we're going to have to... They're getting bullied.
Once all the hens start laying eggs about 16 to 20 weeks old, they'll start to need a layer feed, which contains extra calcium for eggshells. And adult birds need access to grit if they're eating whole grains or foraging to help digest their food.
Tip all that out and give them some fresh seed.
Bossa Nova, our boldest hen, leaps up high to declare herself queen of the coop, and most days the others let her. Truffles, our dog, watches from the other side of the fence now. She's not allowed near them anymore. A few months back, while we were away on our holiday, 2 of our baby chicks didn't survive. Her instincts can be cruel, and it's taught us a hard lesson. So now she stays back, tail wagging, eyes curious, still part of the rhythm, but from a safe distance. Their water trough needs emptying. Algae grows really quickly out here in the heat, so we're going to have to tip it out, scrub it clean and fill it with fresh water.
Oh, Jookies.
She's trying to be the boss again.
Hey, Jooks. Hey, Jooks. Oh, 2 eggs in there. Hey, Book. Hey, Jooks.
The blue eggs are something else, like marbles made of sky. We gather them gently, feeling their smooth weight in our hands. Each one is a miracle.
One of the chooks has got a worm or something and they're all trying to get... Oh, it just swallowed it. Whole, it went for it.
Then it's out to the compost toilet. The waste gets pushed down, layered and managed. One day it will return to us as soil, and from that, more life will come.
Poo pushed.
Great job.
The sky shifts suddenly and rain comes down in sheets, fast and fierce. The tin roof sings under its weight, and the soil, cracked and waiting, drinks it in like a long-lost friend. Paul unloads the bricks from the back of the ute. He stacks them near the chimneys where one day we might build an outdoor kitchen or an outdoor entertainment area, a place for fire and for food and laughter beneath the stars. For now, it's just bricks and dreams, but that's how everything starts. I notice a cucumber ready for picking, and our flat-leaf parsley is just so unbothered. It grows like a weed in the cracks everywhere. So is the kale. It's tough and thriving. The shallots are bunching thick. green spears poking up from the dark soil. And the time that Rex and Chris gave us seems to be settling in nicely. We have some potato plants popping up here from a previous season. And our lavender is still blooming, stubborn and scented. So I'll gather the flower heads from this, cut them off, tie them into bundles and dry them. And then the year after, I normally take them and put them in little sachets. The centre sensation that we got from Mole River Nursery seems to be settling in well as well. Some plants, like some people, don't shout their greatness, they whisper it. The storm returns again that night. Thunder rolls low like a warning from the mountains, and each time the lightning cracks. It lights up the yard in sudden flashes, the garden, the trees, the fence line, the shed, all made ghostly and surreal. The creek runs for the first time in years, just a little, enough to remind us that water remembers the way home. A kookaburra gets caught up in the netting around one of our fruit trees. We find it flapping in a panic, feathers splayed and eyes wide. Paul lifts the net gently and frees it with calm hands. It hesitates a second, then bursts into the air, wild again. We have some yummy snacks for our Valentine's celebration. Bees hum around the hot-lipped salvia, drunk on the nectar, bright in the fading light. And Truffles brings her rope to Paul, tail wagging. She'll fetch it, but she won't give it up. It's her version of love, and Paul plays along. That's his. The veranda goes up slow.
Watch out, the pole's wobbling.
One beam at a time. We've long dreamed of shelter, shade in the summer and cover in storms, a place to sit and drink tea and listen to the rain on the roof. Paul works steadily, sweat on his brow and hands sure. It's not finished yet, but it's becoming. Everything here is always becoming. The chickens wander free during the day, scratching, pecking, dust bathing in sunlit hollows, life without cages. Lana, our permaculture teacher, gave me heaps of seeds. Celery, broccoli, kale. I've been planting them and I've got heaps of kale coming up at the moment. Tiny green fingers reaching for the sky. I've got some coriander coming up too. And the beetroot from Chris and Rex is holding strong, and the silver beet is giant, almost proud. We head over to Lana's place for a visit. Her garden is like something out of a myth. Everything grows there, everything thrives. Her sunflowers have towered above our heads like golden gods, and she's been cutting them down. She gives me one of the biggest heads of a sunflower I have ever seen. Save the seeds, she says, and I will, every last one. She gives us more, always more. Rhubarb, chocolate mint, locally butchered meat, tools for Paul to finish working on the veranda, and cherry tomatoes that taste like candy, and grapes.
Oh,
well, that one's got some missing, but
yeah,
they're massive.
oh my gosh, that's huge.
I really don't know how to repay such generosity. maybe I never can. So I take all this home and I dry the seeds from Lana's zucchini. Look at the size of this zucchini. And I dry the seeds from her cucumbers and also the ones from the sunflowers too. I feel like I'm holding the future in my hands. I use the zucchini in our food for dinner, but I realised that because the zucchini is so huge, the skin is really tough, and it was better to peel the zucchini when I used it next time. Paul and I make more tree guards so we can plant out the trees that Lana gave us, young ones from the Mulriver nursery. We water them in with worm tea, seaweed solution and BAM, just like she suggested, and it smells earthy and alive. I sat down and sketched out a permaculture plan for our land. It feels like building a map of hope. A calf from a neighbour wanders through a broken fence and noses around in our yard like it belongs here. Maybe it does. We dried the sunflower head in a paper bag for about a week, massive and full, and one evening I just decided to take a quiet hour and pull out all the seeds one by one. They're heavy in the hand and plump, full of promise. I'll plant them when the last frost is over and watch them reach for the sky, same as everything else we've planted here with love. The land teaches us slowly, sometimes gently, sometimes with storms and fire and aching backs, but it teaches about patience, about what truly matters, about how nothing here is really ours, and yet everything is, if we tend to it with care. Eli, our 19-year-old, has been in hospital.
Hello.
How are you feeling?
Alright.
Alright? Survived?
Yes, sir.
Now you've got to go into the cyclone.
Yep.
We're waiting on biopsy results now, and the waiting, well, it carves out its own kind of ache. It's been a worrying time. When it's your child, there's a helplessness that sets deep into your bones. But Eli's always had this light in him, stronger than the storm. Even now he meets every twist in the road with that wide, lopsided grin and a kind of courage that humbles me. We've been told he'll need to head back to hospital in about 8 weeks' time, and I've got the sense it's going to be a long road ahead. And still, he carries hope like a lantern, and somehow we do too.